Welcome to WorkSource Pierce Employer Spotlight, a series of video interviews with local Pierce County employers. Developed in partnership with the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, ResCare Workforce Services, and the Employment Security Department. And here's today's Employer Spotlight.
Hey, good morning. My name is Samuel Bradshaw with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, part of DSHS. Welcome to our first video in our inaugural series of Employer Spotlight videos. With me today is Sandy Lewis from BBSI. Sandy's worked with us here in Pierce County on a number of occasions, has been a great partner. So she's going to tell us a little bit about her organization, the current roles they have available, and then just kind of answer some questions for us. So without further ado, why don't we hand it over to Sandy. Sandy, why don't you tell us a little bit about BBSI?
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here with you. I want to start off a little bit about BBSI. We are a organization that is based out of Vancouver, Washington. I think a lot of people think our headquarters is like New York, but we're actually a local Washington-based company. We are operating in 13 states, and we have 63 branches within those 13 states. So BBSI is a growing organization, which makes me really excited. We are looking to grow to all of the states within the next couple of years, so that's pretty exciting. BBSI provides two business models. One is a PEO, Professional Employer Organization. We help businesses with four business models: payroll, HR, risk and safety, and staffing. So if an organization is maybe small to medium size and they don't have all of those resources, we can come in and provide all of those resources for organizations and just kind of come beside them, and nobody knows that we're there. So it's a great model, and if anybody's looking for that, we're great to be able to partner with. The second part is we're a staffing company. So we come in and we help employers, again, fill roles that they need. And we do that in two different ways. We do that in an attempt to hire model. So they have maybe a short or a long-term need, and they come to us and say, do you have an employee? And we say, yeah, we have 10 employees we can help you with. And we fill those roles. Or there's temp to hire. A lot of times they want to try somebody before they buy somebody, as we say. So, and then there's direct hire. So they don't want to do the hard work. They want us to come in and do it. So I have orders that come across my desk every day that are different. We support a lot of large organizations with the staffing model. So we have food manufacturing, plastics manufacturing, medical positions, accounting positions. It changes by the day. And that's where the diversity of my recruiting team and myself, we're able to just jump in and work within any group. So whether it's light industrial or if an organization has an accountant they're needing, we can assist with that. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys have a real bevy of offerings, right, from organizations. So can you tell me a little bit about your recruiting process? Does one come in and fill out one application and tell you what kind of roles they're interested in, and then you get back to them? Or how does that work? So just, when and where to apply, documents needed, COVID-related processes for applying, those kind of things.
Sure. So it's pretty simple. We have made it to the point where we've created an email. People can just come online with us, send us an email. If they don't have, there's a lot of people that haven't formatted a resume. They are not prepared for, they're just not quite prepared, don't have their resume up. We help a lot of people. Part of my passion is helping those in need. And so we say, send us an email that has your name and your phone number, and we'll help you. Because a lot of our positions are entry level, and we can assist with that. So I will provide an email address at the end of this. It's kent.staffing@mybbsi.com. And it's that simple, and we'll reach out to them.
Great. So tell me a little bit then maybe about when you, as kind of the head recruiter for multiple different organizations essentially, right? What are you looking for when you review a resume, a cover letter, an application? What really stands out to you?
Motivation. Somebody who's willing to do a job, and maybe I see that they have forward mobility. You know, they may have started off as a cashier and ended up as a manager. People that are trying. I think you'll hear a lot as you're interviewing and talking to employers. We need motivation. There's a lot of people that are not showing up for work. I'm looking for drive and honesty. You know, somebody who sticks with a job that really feels that it's important to show up to work and understands that and communicates. So those are really essential. When I'm looking through a resume, you know, I want to see some consistency. I want to see that there's motivation. If somebody emails me and they don't hear back from me within a day, somebody that picks up the phone and calls, somebody motivated, that really gets us going. And I think that a lot of times we become passive, and I want to see some aggression.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks so much.
Sure.
So as you know, Joint Base Lewis McChord is right here next to us here in Pierce County. We've got a tremendous military kind of presence here, as well as military spouses and family members. Can you tell me about your experience hiring or placing veterans and their family members?
That's a real passion for me. I'm so glad that you asked. I'm on the board for Association of United States Army. Our organization has been part of that, I think, for over 7 years. We are so thrilled to be able to partner with military and their families. It's a passion of mine, as well as my manager, who's a West Point grad. We just see the value in helping military members. We actually got an award, I think it was last year, from Vets Yes, for placing veterans. So we do try to go up and beyond if we can in any way to help our veterans. It is our passion.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's great. So other than drive, what kind of qualities are you looking for in your new hires employees when you're going out for these organizations?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it depends on the role, right? You know, my entry-level positions, you know, drive is important, eagerness to learn, dependability. Those are really what you'll probably hear across the board. Some of my higher level positions, you know, it's a matching game at that point. You know, if there's a degree required, we're making sure that the degree's there. We're making sure the experience is there, consistency, that they're not, you know, that they're not leaving off gaps. I tell people that if you've got a gap on your resume, make sure to address it. If you have a cover letter, if you can't do it on your resume, you need to have a reasonable explanation to be able to explain gaps, because gaps of employment lead to questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The next one is a big one we've been getting quite a lot of right now, specifically because everything that's going on. So it's kind of a two-parter. Do you anticipate any changes within the work you're doing in regards to staffing within the next 1 to 2 years? And how has COVID-19 kind of, impacted your organization, how you're doing business?
Yeah. Thanks for asking that. Yeah. Well, as you can see, this is a home office, which was once my daughter's room and is now a comfy space for me to do this Zoom interview. I do think that our business model is going to change, and that we're going to see the impact of it. I mean, currently we are still operating in a lot of different organizations. I think we have about 120 employees at one of our sites, and we are definitely practicing social distancing. We have marked off spaces for work sites of 6 feet. There's disinfecting happening all the time. PPE is required at all times. So I think that it's going to become the normal. You know, we have to be more diligent. We have to be more careful when we are placing people. And for us, when, you know, our people are our greatest asset. I mean, that's what we do. We work with people. And so our biggest goal is to protect them.
That's all really great news. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think that you're right, exactly right. Protecting our people and ensuring that if they are going to work, and while they are going to work, that we're protecting them and ensuring their safety, and that we're keeping everything sanitized as possible. That's fantastic. So on that note, are there any requirements candidates need to be aware of when they're coming to you? For example, you know, licensure, training and education requirements, background checks, driving abstracts perhaps, pre-employment drug screenings, any of those big things we should make sure folks know about?
Absolutely. It depends on the role. So I'll tell you, we do a background check on every one of our employees. That is essential. We also do drug screens for all of our employees. We give that peace of mind to the employers that we work with. On the other side of that is if they're a second chance organization, which we have a passion of working with as well. We love supporting them. It depends on what the requirement is of the job. So if it's a CPA, they're going to have that licensure. If it really depends on the role, and so I say that we're always flexible within our organization because there is not a broad stroke that I can make. It really depends on where they're being placed and the individual role. So I would ask, if you know anybody looking for work, I'd love to work with them because I can have a range of different positions. And I mean, from the highest level to the most basic position, I love a chance to be able to network and brand BBSI.
That's fantastic. So one more question on that note then, that kind of brings up a great point. So as you know, I'm with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, right? Yeah. We work with a lot of individuals with disabilities and placing them and getting them work. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience hiring and placing individuals with disabilities? I know there's a lot of mysticism around that, and I just want to help down to break that barrier.
Yeah. So it depends, obviously, on the role that I'm hiring for. I sound like I'm on repeat, but I absolutely, again, I have that passion for helping people in need, and I love working with organizations that are willing to hire people that have disabilities. So I personally target those organizations as somebody who I want to work with. I have the pleasure of being able to network with other organizations and other recruiters. So there's a lot of times where maybe I can't place them because I currently don't have a role, but I get to share their information. I always ask for permission. Hey, if you're looking for something and I know somebody who might be able to assist, can I share your information? So I have placed a lot of different individuals that I didn't have the position for within different organizations. So I like to be able to really help if I can, and I have a crazy memory for people. So it's a joy to be able to help and go, hey, I do know somebody. So I say bring everybody my way.
Yeah, the power of positive networking and just having a good attitude about that stuff. That's fantastic and really, really great to hear. Yeah. Is there anything else you want people to know? Anything you'd like to add to our interview?
There's no bad questions, just so you know. I think as I interview people, everybody starts off nervous.
Sure.
And it's okay to be completely honest and say you're nervous, and get over that feeling of just wanting to do what you've got to do, right? And so it's one step at a time. I think there's going to be a lot more phone interviews, and I think people can have a little bit more comfort in that. Get out there and apply. And for us, that's I want to make it as simple as going to kent.staffing@mybbsi.com. Send me your name and your phone number. And if you need help, we'll help you. We'll do what we can to help those in need. And we're a solid resource within the community.
Fantastic. Sandy, thank you so much for joining today. I just appreciate you and your organization so much. For all our viewers, we may realize that some of you may have additional questions. There is a comment box below here. Go ahead and ask your questions there. I'll either answer them myself or I'll get them to Sandy immediately to answer. If you have any other questions, like I said, go ahead and do that. If you like the content today, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to have more of these videos rolling out. I just want to repeat that information one more time. It sounds like kent.staffing@mybbsi.com for any questions and to start the application process. Sandy, thank you again for your time. We appreciate you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Please feel free to contact the employer at the address shown. Tell them WorkSource sent you.